Oh, okay.
The one runs back.
There we go.
Hi.
Check 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Just want to make sure that this goes. Nothing. Huh? Oh, how much do you? I don't know. We're live right now, so we're just gonna make sure that Instagram is good to go. There we go. We are live on Instagram. All right, I'm talking to you. And there's people watching.
Hi. I'm live on Instagram. That's what you sound like.
So there's 14 people watching. All right, we're gonna start soon. You ready for this? Huh? All right, you guys ready to start soon? Yeah. All right. We just got one more thing to get set up. There we go. Pull this back a little bit. 50 seconds on there. Mia, can you see the comments? Yeah? On Instagram? Not yet? All right, so just do a quick calibration. And then I'll start recording on this. 25 seconds. And then Crispy, we'll start on Mason's camera, okay? You want to pick it up? Go ahead. Yep. 10 seconds. All right, let me do one more thing. 500. All right, so we'll go live right there. All right, we are live. Is it live yet? It is live. All right. Welcome, everybody. We are coming to you live from my studio, Warren Walls in Sacramento, California, joined by a few guests out there. Mason, why don't you pan out to them? You guys can say hello. Yes. So we have a very special day today, and also welcome to those of you who are joining us on TikTok as well. So before we get into today's painting, the theme, we always have a theme. It is celebrating our teachers. Are there any teachers here with us, or any? Not one. All right, well, we're close enough. And there's a student, all right, someone that works at a school and a student. All right, it's closed. There are no teachers here, but we're still celebrating you. So it's back to school. Just come over here. Just come hang out over here. So it is back to school, and those of you that don't know this, I was doing some research. I was buying some supplies for my kids, and the average amount that teachers spend on supplies of their own money is about $750 on average, which means they spend also more than that. So we put a call to action out to some friends on social media, and we had this list of teachers reach out. And there's probably about 50 teachers on that list. And so those are the ones that we're gonna benefit with the supplies that we're collecting all weekend here at the studio. And so we'll share more about that later, but on the screen right now, wherever you're watching this, besides TikTok, there's a QR code, and that code will take you to a page where you can support any of these teachers' Amazon wish lists. So if you can't come by here, if you're somewhere across the country or somewhere in the world, screenshot that QR code, go online, and you can support them directly from you. But otherwise, the theme today, it's celebrating teachers, so we'll get to that in a second. Let me know though, where are you watching this from, your city, state, or country? I've got a special guest, you can stay on me. We have a camera for her. Crispy, let's go to Mia's camera. Can you say hi right there?
Hi.
Hi, everyone, can you guys drop a little heart for Mia? She's my daughter. She's helping out today. So Mia, if there's anyone, I see some hellos. Can you share with me what's on the screen?
Roger, Dalen, I don't know how to pronounce that. Say hello from Sweden.
Hello from Sweden. Welcome to Roger from Sweden. And anyone else on there that we should shout out? No? All right. How about Mama Jenny says, hello everyone, happy Saturday. And then if anyone pops up on Instagram, any cities I see.
Calming Dragon said Sacramento.
Sacramento. And again, if you see any hearts on there, make sure you shout them out. You have your own mic. So Mia is helping us out today. She's free labor. No, actually she is. But no, she's into theater, and so I asked both of my kids who wants to run the camera switcher,
Alabama.
and then who wants to get a mic in their hand. And Mia jumped at it. What was that, Mia?
Nobody said Daphne, Alabama.
Alabama, welcome. All right, so if any other cities pop up, so shout out your city so we can shout you out. TikTok, don't worry, we're about to start the painting very soon. I know you guys are like, get to the painting. We'll do that. And I'm trying to think of what else we want to, oh, by the way, if you have any questions while I'm painting, please ask in the comments. I will answer them while I'm painting. And also, any of you who are here joining us, any random questions, I see some familiar faces that have been here. You know the drill. We have a microphone. Crispy, cut to the audience mic. There we go. That microphone right there. Just come forward a little bit, Mason. That microphone, just step up to it at any time. Just say, hey, what's up, David? I got a question, and I'll answer it while I'm painting. Hopefully I don't mess it all up. All right. You guys ready? If you're watching on TikTok or if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, if you're ready, give me a thumbs up and we'll get to this painting. What was that, Mia?
WorldPro85 said Sacramento.
Sacramento, yes, which is where we're at right now as well. All right, and there's one more person on.
Asian said New York in the house.
Yes, New York is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And who else?
Nobody else.
I see this one right here. Celine, where she's from?
Celine said Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara, yes, so shout out. And let me just see, okay, so I see thumbs up on TikTok. I see Minnesota.
And Harvey said hi.
TikTok, where else are you guys from? We've got a few hundred people watching on there. South Carolina, Ohio,
Oh.
Dallas, Texas, baby, I see you on TikTok. Jackson, Mississippi. All right, we'll get back to this, Michigan. All right, we're gonna start this painting. Let's do this. So I have this new technique that I've been playing around with. I don't know if you've seen these videos going around online, but it's called fluid art. And it's people that are like pouring paint onto a canvas and then it like spins or moves around. But anyways, it led me to getting dustpans and I'm like been filling them with paint, throwing them around. So front row, you should be safe. All right, you guys, if you're ready, let's paint. So since we are celebrating teachers today, I had this person who, to me, I love all the teachers out there, but this person is the GOAT of teaching. He is the Michael Jordan of teaching. He's the LeBron James of teaching. There's a lot of different GOATs out there, but this person, once you start seeing it come to life, but it's gonna be a process. We'll just have fun with this. Again, shout out to all the fluid artists. If you go to like #fluidart, it's a bunch of like just crazy paint throwing going around. I'm like, these are my people. So let's get some more paint on there. This is gonna be an interpretation of this teacher to me, who is the teaching GOAT.
Somebody asked a question.
All right, we have a first question, so Mia, go ahead and ask me the question.
Scotsman McFadden
Yes.
said, how can we become part of the live audience?
Oh, yes, so Scotsman McFadden, who I believe is in Scotland. He's been on here a couple times. He asked, how do you join the live audience? If you go to garibaldiarts.com/studio, we always have a registration there. Or you can text me at 916-866-8101. You'll get updates next time we have a registration. So, all right, let's get to this. Let's go and just keep adding. I'm just using literally a dustpan. And and house paint from Home Depot. This will all make sense very soon. Inspired by the goat of teaching. All right, we'll come back to this. Let's ditch that. Get some of the water off these brushes. We're gonna add some purple. Mia, how are you doing over there?
Good.
Good?
A couple people, Margie Molina Albanese.
Oh, Margie Albanese? Do you know who that is?
Yes.
That's Grandma.
Yeah.
Yes. Some random
Said-
lady.
She said, "Hi, David, mommy here."
Oh, yes. My
And
mom
she
is
said hi
always
to me.
crashing the party.
And Celine Sanchez said, "Bob Ross."
All right, so someone's trying to make a guess already. I respect the guess. Get some paint on there. You know, the way that these paintings come to life, I want it to feel as random as possible, but I also want you to know that there is a plan in place. But sometimes when people come to these live shows, they don't always know that. You know, you guys are kind of like in on the joke. You know, you're like, I know, but imagine someone seeing me for the very first time. I'm over here using a dustpan painting, and they're like, what the heck is going on? And I don't blame them. Let's see. So this painting, I've done this portrait before. I just have never done it like this, which should be interesting, I hope. By the way, I am gonna put someone on the spot who's here with us today. This person was, I think one of my biggest collectors. We're gonna put him on the spot in a little bit. Chris. All right. Doesn't look like much, but we'll start bringing it to life. Hope you guys are doing well. Keep your questions coming in the comments. Let's switch.
Somebody said he's painting Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson? Is that what their guess was?
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson? I saw Anthony Bourdain as a
High Dreams Art said
as a
Frida.
guess. Someone else said Frida. All right.
And Sharon Campbell Knox said our teachers change lives.
Yes, yes. So Sharon said our teachers change lives, and I believe that is absolutely true. I had a teacher, many great teachers in my life that made me who I am, but one in particular, he helped me see my art a whole different way, and it really helped me want to pursue this as a career. So, Mr. Sullivan, thank you so much for changing my life. All right, we're just doing some silhouettes. I don't even want to reference yet too many references because it'll be such an easy giveaway of what I'm painting. But leave your guesses in the comments. I'm sure you'll be able to guess by these objects that I'm painting on here. Let's get some forest green going in here. I'm channeling the goat of teaching right now. We're gonna save the portrait for last. We're gonna have some fun with this part.
Schmelik said that's really cool.
Schnellick said that's really cool. Thank you, Schnellick. By the way, if you are watching this on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, my daughter is reading your comments. So please, if you want to hate me, just send me a DM. Send me the hate there.
Calming Dragon said Mia is amazing.
Mia is doing amazing, yes.
Thank you.
Did they really say that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You can call this part impressionism. You know, normally I do.
High Dreams Art said Bob Ross.
All right, someone's guessing Bob Ross. I love the guesses today.
And Grandma said Groot.
Groot. Someone said Groot. Interesting. Okay, we are doing something huge with this painting. I have a huge surprise and a huge giveaway. for someone very special with this painting. So we're gonna share that at the end of it. Hopefully they still want it when it's done. We'll see.
Ray Silver said, is the teacher dead or alive?
The teacher is dead.
And Dina Elfers said, hello from West Sac. I'm an art English history teacher and I love your art.
Wow, thank you. You're doing such a great job, Mia. Thank you. All right, let's throw in
Mama
some more.
Jenny asked, Mia, what is your favorite subject
Here, try to talk closer to the microphone.
at school?
What was that?
Mama Jenny asked, Mia, what is your favorite subject
Oh,
at school?
yes, Mia, what's your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject is like more of the language arts because I'm into like theater and it helps like expand my vocabulary, reading scripts. Schmelik said, hello from Finland.
All right, hello from Finland, sending love back to Finland. That is what I think is so cool about these live streams. Oh, I kind of see I feel like there's like a waterfall right here. Let's
Katrina Blow Art
emphasize. Do you
said-
see that? Does anyone else see that?
Katrina Blow Art said, dead, but his art lives on.
Yes, the teacher is dead, but his art was on. So I was painting this. I did not expect this, but I kind of felt like there was a
Calming Dragons.
waterfall here.
Calming Dragons said, what jobs do you love, Mia?
That was a question for you.
Yeah.
All right, I see a waterfall here. I think there's like a little.
I think my favorite jobs are like acting, singing, dancing, just most of the theater stuff.
Yeah, so Mia is in theater. She does musical theater. All right, so imagine if there's some water falling, there's a little mist down here. We're channeling the goat teacher. Look at that, some water misting up.
Lance Harvey Jr. said Einstein.
All right, someone else said Einstein. Although I have to say, that is another goat teacher. Einstein is definitely a goat teacher. All right, we'll come back to that. We're gonna keep going on. We're gonna move on to the portrait after I wipe my sweat. Yes. And we have a question. Would you like to ask a question? Feel free to come to the mic so that they can hear you online. Is that okay? Sorry to put you on the spot. And what is your name?
My name's Catherine.
Actually, he has a camera on her. We'll come over here. Yes, so Catherine, welcome.
Hi.
What's your question?
Do you sell your jackets?
Do I sell my jackets? So before I answer that, here in my studio, I've got this rack of jackets that are full of paint. So those are all older jackets from my tours that I've done. And honestly, we're starting to run out of space, so we just turn our front lobby into a closet. I don't sell them, but we do donate them to charities. So we've raised quite a bit of money by donating them after shows. And also when we get competing bidders, we throw in the clothes as part of that. So, but maybe one day we'll sell them. Yes. All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
World Pro said, what subject did they teach?
I'll say, what was that question again, Mia?
World Pro said, what subject did they teach?
Oh, I gotta come closer. What did they ask?
World Pro said, they asked, what subject did they teach?
Oh, what subject do they teach? I don't want to give it away yet, but let's just say it's creative. We'll say it's a creative subject. All right, let's start adding some skin tones to this portrait now. You know, we've got a little bit established. Oh, there's, Mia, did you miss the comment that said I was gorgeous? She's nodding yes.
I don't know.
All right, so real quick, before we get back to the questions, I'll explain some of this process. So with this style of painting is, I'm really adding the undertones first. So I'm trying to add the darkest colors or the colors that I want to come through in the back. I am doing the skin tones, and I'll come on next and get a little bit lighter on top of that. But for now, we're just gonna establish some of the major parts of the portrait, and then we'll come back and do the details later. Part of this portrait is gonna blend into this area right here. And then keep in mind too, we are doing something special with this painting. We're doing a big giveaway. Oh, we have a question from the audience, yes. Go ahead and talk real close to the microphone. You can pull it down.
What color scheme are you using?
Oh, it's a great question. So what color scheme am I using? I don't know if I have a color scheme yet. I'm just using some flesh tones that are related to that person. And, but I would say there are a lot more cool colors. So I'll probably stay on the cooler color theme for this.
What's the name of your painting?
Oh, what's the name of the painting? Oh, well, I don't want to give it away yet. She's got like money riding on this. She's like, come on, I put some money down. I'll give it away in a bit. You'll see it come to life. But great questions. Thank you so much.
Angel Stan Art said, Hi Garibaldi, what is your favorite art that you've ever done on YouTube?
All right, what's my favorite art that I've done? Oh man, you know what's the art that gets the most views? Not just because that's what I enjoy, but what I notice is when I post halftime performances, when I do NBA halftimes, those videos tend to get a ton of views. So those are always fun. I love to see the reaction to those. And the question is always, for the NBA halftime videos, like what about the people on the other side? They have big jumbotrons, so they can see them from everywhere. But that's always the question, is the people on the other side.
Lance Harvey Jr. said, LOL.
LOL, yes. Fitting answer.
The dude Hodges, can't wait to see the end results.
Yes.
I wonder
That dude
what
Hodges,
it is.
by the way, is a big part of this giveaway that we're doing with this painting. So thank you, Chad Hodges. All right, so we're just kind of blocking in some major parts of the portrait right now.
Ray Salvar said, I wish I could afford one of David's paintings. And is he painting Mr. Rogers?
Oh, asking if I'm painting Mr. Rogers, another great teacher goat. A lot of great guesses so far on who I'm painting. TikTok, do you have any guesses of who I'm painting? That one, people are saying on there, what is it? You'll have to stay tuned as it comes to life.
Calming Dragon said, love your paintings and thank you for 11.
Oh, yes. You're welcome. All right, let's keep stepping this up. I'm gonna switch my brush size. I started with a pretty wide one. I'm gonna ditch that and go a little bit smaller just so I can get a little bit more detailed. Get some of that water out. We're gonna keep stepping up in value. Can you guess? No, no guesses from the live audience. You guys are banned from guessing. But I know you guys know who it is, yes. I guess we'll find out soon. By the way, thank you to everyone who's come by the studio already to drop off some art supplies. So we're accepting donations of art supplies here at the studio today and tomorrow. We're gonna be donating those directly to teachers who need them for back to school. Yes, Mia, did you have a question?
I can't see the full comment.
Uh-huh.
All I can see is Elizabeth Kolsnick said, love from Ukraine. Love your art. I think it's going to be Bob Ross.
All right, that's a solid guess. Solid guesses here. Appreciate it.
And I'm not sure who it is, but because I couldn't see the whole thing. But somebody said like Jeff Ecolato. I don't know.
Here, Crispy, go to Mia's camera. There we go. We got both the kids working today. What was the question? Who was it from?
I couldn't see the whole thing, but Common Dragon said it's Joel from down the street.
Oh, yes, okay. All right, another question. Go ahead, go for it.
What was your favorite teacher except your art teacher?
What was my favorite teacher?
Except your art teacher.
Oh, except my art teacher. Great question. Oh man. Okay, so my favorite teacher besides my art teacher was my science teacher. I didn't realize how excited I got about science, and I would say it was probably like my second favorite subject out of all things, because it feels like it's opposite of creativity. But I love problem solving, and I love technology, and so learning about science and the path that you take to get there was exciting. So yes, my science teacher. I just don't remember their name. I wish I did. They're like, great. They're like, here it is. He's gonna say my name.
Ray Selbar said, "Oh, Martin Luther King."
Oh, they think it's Martin Luther King? Okay, interesting, very interesting. Well, here's the beauty. So Mia, you know what's interesting is the guesses that people make are based on, their own life experiences, because these are all just shapes right now. And so they see that and they start adding up whatever they've experienced, and so technically every answer is right until it's complete, and then I gotta break it to them that it's not.
John Vetter Jr. said it's me, and
he said it's him?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What
if it is? What if I'm painting, I'm like, oh my God, it's him?
James Martin said, keep up the great work.
Oh, thank you so much. I love all the encouragement. Aren't they so nice, Mia?
Going to sweat at work this evening.
See, this is why I make my kids read the comments, because at home they're just like, they don't care. They're just like, you're just dead. I'm like, no, go ahead and read all the comments, Mia. No, that's not why, for the record. But it helps.
And Nani said...
No, Nani, which is grandma, yes. For those of you who are watching.
Said you went to science class.
Oh, all right.
And
hey, Crispy, can you ban a viewer?
And John Vetter Jr. said LOL.
LOL, yes, that was, all right, Mom, with the jokes. Well, I didn't remember her name, so.
High Dreams Art said your dad is a legend.
Yeah, oh, that's sweet. I paid him to say that. So.
And Calming Dragon said, it's Mia, she's the best teacher ever.
Yes.
And Judith is awesome 69 said, so cool.
So cool, thank you. Love all the love. So what I love about doing these live streams is, one, obviously being able to talk to you and share my process with you, but also I can't have this interaction while I'm performing on stage. I don't know, maybe one day we'll do a live show that feels like a live stream, but this just feels like another great outlet to be able to connect with you while I'm creating, so. And also, again, inspired by the goat that I'm painting right now. So we're gonna add some details later. I'm really just kind of establishing where my lights and shadows are. I need to make sure I know where those are before I start adding detail later on. So when I'm painting on stage, I'm usually doing a much faster version of this. So I've practiced, I have it memorized, and it's just sort of like muscle memory at this point. This one I've never done before, and I'm sort of
Billy Bean
talking my way through
said
it.
Bob,
yes.
And Coming Dragons said Mia, say I'm amazing. I'm amazing.
Yes, you are amazing.
And Marta Rivera said, I like your painting. And Nani said, Bob Ross.
All right, my mom said, a good guess, good solid guess, Mom.
And Billy Bean says, this makes my heart happy.
This is the first time that I think my kids have helped me fully run my live stream, and to be honest, I kind of like it. I kind of like the, you know.
John Vetters Jr. said Waylon Jennings.
Actually, we're gonna. Okay, Mia, real quick, I'm gonna switch brushes so that we can start getting a little bit more detail and start adding some highlights.
Dom Cece said Bob Rosso.
All right, a lot of Bob Ross guesses. All right, got some white. We're gonna start adding just some highlights and some parts that are really important right above that. The best way I explain this process is I break down the portrait and the face into shapes, and then imagining each shape with a light shining on it. And I look at that shape and I start putting value on it. So highlights, midtones, shadows, and then the portrait is just made up of all of these very complicated shapes. But the best way to practice.
Lanzart 7 said kids doing a great job.
Yes, they are.
And Gabriel
All right, still the show.
15 said Boa Tart.
Yes.
Tardik.
All right, and then real quick, Mia, I'm gonna answer this. What's up? It's okay, I see the comments still going. Yeah. I don't know if it's frozen. Did they let us know that it's frozen?
Jellybean said, I have
This
a
is
tattoo
complete
of
chaos
Bob
today,
Ross.
guys.
This is awesome.
Welcome to my life. All right. Let's go back to this bigger brush real quick.
You were saying about the shapes?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so Mia, real quick, we'll take a break on the comments. I'm gonna share a little bit about the process. So yeah, when I'm breaking down a portrait, I look at the portrait like several shapes. And then I envision each shape with a light shining on it. And I envision it with the light, midtones, and shadows. So the portraits are really made up of a lot of different complicated shapes. And so the best way to practice is to look at a portrait, if you were to draw it, find the basic shapes, fill in those shapes first, and then find a way to connect those on the surface. That's the foundation of what I'm doing on the canvas. But we do have an exercise. We actually have done programs with kids where they build their own Einstein portrait. And not only do they do it, but we teach them how to do it upside down. Because all you're doing is shapes. And then we connect them all together. That's one of my favorite classes to do, by the way. All right, we're gonna start putting this smile on his face. So when we do these smiles, I had to learn this lesson over years, is to not just do a big, shiny white teeth, but to actually give the teeth some depth and some shadow. And so it'll look a little funny right now, but I wanna make sure that we put some gray on these teeth. Looks like he's missing a tooth right there.
Ray Selvar said, I appreciate this live. You're such a humble person. God bless you with such a talent.
Oh, that's sweet. Tell them I said thank you, Mia. I know they heard me actually, it's okay. All right, so we got that smile on there. We'll fix this up later. I'm also gonna connect the teeth more. There was a technique that I learned from another artist watching them, not to put too much detail in teeth in a painting. And they say this because it'll start to look a little bit more cartoony when you have like the black lines separating the teeth. So now I'm just making them as one shape with some colors to give the impression that there's several different teeth there. All right, now this is the fun part. This is where it like starts to come to life every time, every single time. So, but while I'm doing this, I'm gonna ask a guest, would you mind, Chris, talking for a bit? Just come hang out over here at the mic. Actually, yeah, just come. I just wanted them to meet you real quick. You were a huge part. You were a huge part of my career early on. There's a mic right there, right in the middle. Make some noise for Chris. Those of you that are here. Chris, all right, so I'm gonna paint, and then those of you that can hear, Chris, we go way back. You can take the mic out if you want. You've done this before. You know how to rock a room.
Shit.
Or not. There you go. Or we'll take it out.
We're good.
Do this.
You want me to take it out?
There you go. So we go way back.
Yeah.
How did we meet? Like, what is our history? And while you're sharing that, I'm gonna just be painting this. Go ahead.
I'll tell a quick story. I used to I had a company put on celebrity golf tournaments, and I did it mostly down in Southern California and worked for some of the biggest athletes ever, Hall of Fame athletes. We did it for their charities. And I was up here I grew up in Sacramento, so I was back in Sacramento doing an event, and it was for a Christian school, which I'd never done an event for a Christian school. And they wanted to have a celebrity golf tournament. So somebody at this meeting said, well, we got a great show for the dinner. And they said, we got this guy, David Garibaldi. He's a 20-year-old kid out of Elk Grove that he paints on stage. And I'd done about 150 of these tournaments, and usually it's music or a comedian, and I was like, no way. You're not putting a painter on stage at this event. We're trying to raise money for charity. That's the boringest thing I've ever heard in my life. And he goes, no, I heard he's really good. I haven't seen him, but he goes to church with some people we know. And I said, listen, it's the biggest mistake ever. So one of my partners in the memorabilia business, I told him, and Ira, who is I call him Bad Santa. He's the nicest guy in the world, but he seems really grumpy.
Heart of gold, though.
Big Jewish guy, and we're sitting in the back, and he said, what is this kid doing? I said, he's painting on stage. I have no idea. So Ira looked at me and said, who's worked with some of the biggest celebrities in the world, and he said, Chris, this is the dumbest thing you've ever done. This is ridiculous. You are going to kill this audience. Nobody's going to spend any money. So David came out. We had just met, and he came out and he started painting.
I was a baby at that time.
Yeah,
right?
you were a kid, a little kid. Yeah, you were.
No facial hair, probably 20 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
I was a baby. Yeah.
And he got up on stage, and the crowd was like, had no idea what to expect.
Neither did you.
No, I had no idea. Neither did Ira. And we were sitting in the back just kind of laughing like what idiots we were to bring this kid into this event. And he had a canvas, and he painted upside down this canvas, and the whole time Ira's in my ear going, this is stupid. What is going on? And then towards the end, he flips over this painting, and it's Jesus with the crown and the thorns, and people start crying in the audience. I'm going to cry right now thinking about it. And he was like, turn around, and this whole audience was just like standing ovation. It was crazy. And then he, I think, did Mick Jagger or something after that.
No way to follow Jesus, but with Mick Jagger, right? Because that makes sense.
Jesus might have been the last one, but it was so intense. And he did every event I ever did after that. And we did events at the Playboy Mansion.
Every event. I mean, I probably have done more live events with Chris than any other client.
Yeah.
In over 20 years.
Yeah, and we have some crazy stories of going to weird places. And
we don't have to share those, but
But he painted Hugh Hefner at the Playboy Mansion at an event, and it was a big charity fundraiser, and Hugh Hefner went up and autographed it, and we sold her for like
$25,000,
$30,000 or something like that.
Yeah, we've probably raised hundreds of thousands of dollars through the events, and so I wanted to introduce you, and I appreciate you being up for being on here, but you're a huge part of my early momentum, because it takes someone to roll the dice on an artist that does something different, and you took the risk at these first events, and even after the first one, you still had to put me in front of other clients, and like, just trust me, and you're hoping that I do. There were some paintings that didn't always work out. There's the one.
You want me to tell that story?
No, we'll talk about that. But for the most part, I'll be sure afterwards, but for the most part, I just appreciate the risk you took, because that momentum created confidence, and that confidence set me on a path. So I appreciate it.
I don't take any credit for you. But
take all the credit. When I'm not around, but I taught this kid everything he knows.
I can't paint stick figures, so. But yeah, he ended up doing many events we did over the years, and it was good times, really good times.
Yes, you want to tell them the story about the one painting that really didn't work out. Like it was my worst performance, worst painting ever live. Go ahead and
we were doing an event for Roseville High School basketball team, and it was a celebrity basketball game. We brought in all these NFL players to play basketball, and Hollywood people, and David did the halftime show, and he painted. This was back during the Sacramento Kings heyday, and he started painting this painting, and right when he started it. I remember him telling me afterwards that there's a point on the canvas where he starts and goes from there, and if he misses that, it throws him off. So I remember he saying he'd turn around and we had these spotlights, and one hit him right in the face right as he's getting ready to paint.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything.
And
I couldn't see anything, yeah.
So he starts his painting off, and at the end, he walks. If anybody knows David, I've never seen him angry, upset. His kids probably have, but he's the nicest guy in the world, always positive. And he went in the locker room at Roseville High School, and he was really bad. He's slamming lockers, and I was
I don't know about slamming lockers.
You slammed a locker.
I probably kicked a chair.
He was
maybe.
really upset, and I went, "What is going on?" He said, I can't believe." Because we thought he did like a space alien in a Kings jersey, and it turned out to be Mike Bibby.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
And it didn't look anything like Mike Bibby. And we were, and I'm just reassuring everybody that no, he really is talented. And some guy I think felt sorry and gave us a couple $100 for this, and it's the only one he's ever done, I'm sure.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
when I see Mike Bibby now,
somebody's house right now.
yeah, when I see Mike Bibby in person, I'm like triggered. I see him like, I just see this, and I'm like, it has nothing to do with you. It's me.
Yeah.
It's not you.
Yeah. So that was that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the stories are endless, but Chris, I appreciate you. Crispy, can you cut to the mic camera real quick so Chris can wave? There we go. Just say hi to the camera.
So the
right
question,
there.
how many do I own? I
Watch out,
own,
Mason.
I think 24 of the live canvases. I own a bunch of the lithographs or whatever we call them.
Yeah.
I own a really cool Tinkerbell, one that my kids love.
Yeah.
Huh? I think the favorite is the Einstein he did, because it was a John Lennon that he did, and he did it personally for me. A lot of these I bought at my own events. I got in the auction, I started buying them. But he told me one time that if he ever found out, because I never took a penny from him. If he was doing an event, I didn't make money off of David. I considered him to be the one helping us make money, and he told me if I ever found out somebody had more paintings than me, he would make me a painting to make sure I was always the one that had the most.
Yes.
So I've never hit him up on that, but I found out Taro.
You should go count Taro's paintings.
Has more than me.
Yeah, you should go count Taro from
I'm
Akunis.
going to be going through these later, picking out a few of my favorites.
You're like, a deal's a deal.
Yeah. But anyway, we have a lot, and they're all hanging up in my house. My whole house is covered with. And you'd be surprised how many 6-foot canvases you can fit in a house when you're divorced. Yeah.
At least you got to keep them,
I gotta keep them.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You got it, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, make some noise for Chris. So, those of you who are watching on TikTok, you're probably wondering what is going on. We're live streaming from my studio right now, simulcasting to several platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and of course, you guys are on the phone. But if you have any questions, let me know. We'll get to those questions in a bit. And also, we just have a live audience we're gonna show you right now. You just swing around, and then we'll get back to this painting. Just say hello, just so you guys can see. Say hello, hello. Welcome to all of you. And if you're ever wondering, how can you join us here in the studio? One, you can either go to garibaldiarts.com/studio, or you can text me, 916-866-8101. One last thing before we get back to this painting. It's coming to life. But there's a QR code on the screen for those of you watching it on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. Screenshot that. That landing page has Amazon wish lists from teachers in the Sacramento area that need art supplies and just need supplies in general. So we're accepting donations all weekend, but that is also an option for you to donate as well. So let's get back to the painting. We see who it is. It's coming to life. The GOAT of teaching. Yes, some happy trees. We're gonna keep adding some details, and then Mia, how are we doing over here? Is anyone still watching, or did we scare them all away?
Crispy on YouTube said, how long does it take to do your hair?
How long does it what?
How long does it take to do your hair?
Oh, thanks. How long does it take to do my hair? Actually, it takes quite a while to shave it, in case you're wondering. All right, let's keep this going. We're gonna add some clothes, the signature Bob Ross.
I have a question for for you.
Sure. While we have a question, yes, go
Hi.
ahead.
So I've been watching your technique from the beginning, and it looks like in the beginning you use both hands
Yes.
with the paintbrushes more, but as you get into some of the details, you're using just your right hand.
Yeah.
Are you like reloading with paint from the left hand, or what's the reasoning behind that sort of distribution of labor, I guess?
Well, that's a great question. So, I started using both my hands. Now I'm kind of like leaning towards one. When I really know a painting or when I feel confident, I'm using both hands. I'm just naturally ambidextrous. When I have to start thinking a little bit more and I need some more just steadiness and confidence, I just go with my right hand because I'm naturally right-handed. So it just depends. If I'm using one hand, I'm nervous. If I'm using one hand, you're like, I'm guessing as I'm going, just so you know. But thank you for the question. We have another one. Yes.
Favorite color?
What's my favorite color? Ooh, you know what? Can I show you what my favorite color is? You gotta hang out right there. Hang out right there. I'm gonna show everyone what my favorite color is. Yeah, I guess hopefully this will work. Ah, there we go. This is my favorite color. You ready for it? Make sure I can. So this like fluorescent pink is my favorite color. Why is it? I think because it's no other color stands out like this, and I love like bold colors, and even when you get UV lights on it, it shines even brighter. When the sun's on it, it's even brighter than that. So this is my favorite color. This really bright fluorescent pink. There you go. You're just inspired the painting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's an 80s skateboard color? Yeah.
Ray Selvar said,
Andrew, did you have that skateboard? Yeah.
Ray Selvar said, I would love for you to be on streets of France doing this.
I would love to be on the streets of France as well. That would be amazing. You know what? I'll share a story with you. So early on in my career, I was working with this videographer who shot pretty much everything that I ever created. His name is Chad Ross. And we had this wild idea. Let's fly to London and let's go to a foreign place where people don't know me, and let's perform on the street and see if people still react the same. So no lights, no production, no sound, just the art. And so what's crazy is we have this footage in a short documentary called Walking Dreams. The reactions of the people on the street were amazing. We weren't asking for money either, because they were like trying to hand me some money, and I was like, no, I would love to get your thoughts. That's how you can pay. So they would just share, and just the connections that were made on random streets throughout London over a week was an incredible experience. So so shout out to Chad Ross. All right, I'm going to, let's start filling in this space over here. I think we have enough blue going on here, but what color should I go with? What do you think?
But we do have another question.
We have another question, go ahead.
Elizabeth Kolsnick said, Dave, how do you get into painting on black background? It's very aesthetic. I saw you live and your energy is so wild. You're amazing.
And what was the question again? I couldn't hear.
How do you get into painting on black background?
On a black background, is that the question? Okay, so how do I get into painting on a black background? Well, I wanted my early paintings to be fast, and so I took out the part of having to fill in shadows, and I used the black background to do all that work for me. So now I just add the highlights and midtones rather than having to add all of it. So if you were to try a technique, turn the lights out in a room, shine a light on an object or a fruit, and that's how you have to see the painting. You have to imagine it in the dark, and the paint is the light. That's the kind of how I started early on. That's what I would think about it. All right, let's ditch these brushes. We're gonna keep moving this along. We're doing a big giveaway with this painting as well.
Okay, Marcus Clark said, I love your paint. And then we have another question.
Yes.
Crispy on YouTube said, do you like traveling and performing half times with me?
Crispy on YouTube. Geez, I wonder who that could be. So do I like traveling and doing half times? I do. I love it. Thank you to the NBA for being supportive throughout my career and having me at different NBA games. We've traveled with the NBA around the world. We've done games with them in all throughout Europe, through Asia, South America, all over. So thank you to the NBA.
Nani said, "Hi, Chris. David's mom says thank you."
Yes.
And Ray Sobar said, "How does the paint dry? Can it crack?"
All right, so they asked, how does the paint dry? Does it crack? It doesn't crack, but it definitely takes about an hour or so to dry. All right, I'm just taking one last look at this. I think it just needs some splatter, and we can share more about what we're gonna do with this to help out a teacher. You're doing a great job, Mia, by the way. Thank you.
Danny Artist said, "What do you do with all your painted jackets?"
All right, so what do I do with all my painted jackets? We save most of the jackets, and I mentioned earlier that we do donate some to charities as well. For anyone who wants to spend money on a sweaty, dirty jacket, I got you covered.
And John Vetter Jr. said, "I'm driving tour bus again. Let's do another tour."
All right, let me just wash up my hands real quick. We'll get one last splash. Let's throw some black. All right, one last color. All right, I'm gonna use the closest to my favorite color that I shared with you earlier. It's not quite as bright, but I got this pink that I still love. Here we go. All right, here we go. All done. The GOAT of teaching, Bob Ross. We've got a little happy tree section. There's like a little waterfall somewhere in there. Kind of just having fun with this. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't go anywhere. We have a big giveaway. So if you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch or Instagram, you're gonna see this interview I did this morning from my house. But we're surprising a teacher with this painting. So I want you guys to meet Logan, who is a local teacher in the area. Crispy, can you roll the Logan video? All right, so we are here with Logan. Welcome, good morning.
Good morning, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for taking this call this morning. We're doing this before my live stream, but we're gonna be sharing this as soon as I'm done with the painting. Now, before we get to more of this, Logan, tell us who you are, you're a teacher, what school, what grade. Just tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, so I am Logan Grinsell. I teach at John Barrett Middle School here in Carmichael. We are, I don't know if you can tell in the background, we are under construction, and today was the first day we're allowed back on campus to move into a classroom. So it's really kind of hectic here and crazy, so I would love to have been at this celebration everyone's having, but here we are. So I teach middle school, and I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade art as well as drama. So I'm split between two electives here. And this is my 11th year teaching here at this school and 12th year kind of been in education. So
yeah, what made you want to start teaching art or theater specifically?
It's kind of been a evolution over time. I've always been an artist, and I've always loved the theater and the stage from a young age. My grandma took us to go see play at the local theaters here, multiple times a year actually, and then I did a lot of art classes through my education, high school and college. I actually got my credential in the sciences because that's where I just thought I was. And then when I started teaching, I picked up a drama class. I did a lot of artwork in my classes, and then eventually, this last 2 years ago, I switched to teaching just art. So was always back of my brain.
Yeah.
Did it.
No, I mean, that's amazing. There was, I don't know if you know my story, but there was a teacher that completely changed my life. It was my high school animation teacher, and I was creative. I just had absolutely no discipline, and he helped me see that. And so, which really brings us to today, as we're going back to school, this. How much, you don't have to say exact number, but a range of throughout the year, how much do you spend of your own money on extra supplies or just so you can do the projects that your students need to do?
I will say I've been fortunate where most of the monies I spend, we fundraise a lot at our school, or I do for specifically drama and art. So a lot of the stuff does get reimbursed, but I would say between 300 to 1,000 on any given year. In my own money on just supplies that doesn't get reimbursed. We do get a little bit of a tax kickback at the end of the year, only, but it does never cover everything.
Yeah, it's still money gone. It's still money out of your pocket.
I wouldn't say gone. It's always going to a good use, but yeah, it's money I would prefer to have for a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when that time comes. Well, we're talking right now because I don't know if you knew this, but a lot of people tagged you in this post that I had about, getting these donations for art supplies. Did you know that people were tagging you?
I knew one person texted me and said, "Hey, did you see this?" Because I'm not on social media, so I don't ever see anything. So they sent me I think it was an Instagram post from you about the thing that you're doing, this whole exciting thing that you're doing. And I'm like, "Oh, that's really cool." But then, I don't have social media, so I didn't really have a way to contact. So yeah, I'm shocked that there was multiple people. That's awesome. I love it.
Yes, it was definitely multiple. And so we're doing two things with this celebration and really helping out our teachers in general. Is one, we're definitely going to make sure that you get supplies for your art class. That's part one. That's the easy part. The second part is I have some friends that are, super collectors. My friend Chad Hodges with HSB Solutions, and he wanted to go a step further. And I know you're in a new classroom, so I'm just curious if you have room for the painting that I created live during this live stream for your classroom.
Absolutely. We will make space for whatever.
Well, it is yours, and they're going to be watching this later, but I painted Bob Ross in my style, we're a little extra flavor to it, but I hope that, he's like the GOAT teacher, on TV. I watched him growing up, but he will now be staring you down in your classroom when you start your new year.
Wow, that is exciting. Thank you. And I know, Bob Ross has had that resurgence these last, I would say 5 or 6 years, and the kids will be so thrilled to see him overlooking all of their work.
Yes. Well, and it's really just to honor you. I mean, again, this was because a number of people had tagged you and made sure they're like, hey, you've got to talk to this guy, and he's doing great things. So we just want to say thank you for what you do. We're taking it a step further, gifting you this massive Bob Ross painting, and we're going to get you some supplies as well.
That's amazing. I am so thankful and appreciative. We never have enough in our schools, so any little bit helps, and even going above and beyond and having that Bob Ross, your own artwork is just so exciting.
Awesome. We're excited. We'll talk more after this, but again, congrats, Logan, and have a good school year when you start.
Thank you so much, and enjoy today, and I will keep up with all the stuff that's going on in this art world of yours.
Yes, and you'll have to come by the studio one day. We'll have to meet in person at some point.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Logan.
Thank you.
There we go. All right, and we are back. So those of you watching, that was Logan. Logan teaches art and theater. He's been spread thin for quite some time. When we put this call to action out about donating art supplies to teachers, a bunch of people were tagging him, so I had my team reach out to him, let's hear his story. And so what we're doing with this painting, you heard it right there in my interview with Logan this morning, is we are gifting him this painting for him, his classroom, or whatever else he wants to do with it. And hopefully it just lifts the spirits in what I think is a kind of a crazy time for schools. So congrats, Logan. Thank you everyone for watching. Mia, any last shout outs over there? Let's go to the Mia cam. There we go.
Ray Sobar said, is there a book with his paintings in it?
Oh, so Ray asked, is there a book with my paintings in it? We haven't done a coffee table book, but there is some other projects in the works that I can't wait to share with you. So we'll see. All right, any other comments, shout outs? And also, if you're watching on TikTok, let me know your city, state, or country so I can shout you out before we sign off. You can see Bob looking over my shoulder over there. No more comments? Okay, all right, we'll get back to you. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching today's live stream. Again, thank you to our live audience for hanging out with us today. Do you guys like the new setup? Those of you that have been here before? Yeah. Should we keep this? All right. So we set it up like this so I feel like everyone should have a good seat instead of looking over everyone's shoulder. But, and also we are open today and tomorrow, 11 to 4 p.m. Drop off some art supplies. We'll also be adding to the pile tomorrow of these art supplies. And we've got our list of teachers that we'll be distributing them to. We've got them listed by needs. So we asked them what supplies they need, and we're gonna get exactly what they need to them. And then on the screen right now on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, we've got a QR code, and you can go support them directly and support their Amazon wish list. So my name is David Garibaldi, and this is Paint Life Live number 91. Take one last look at Bob Ross, and then we'll see you next time. Peace. Good job, Mia. What are the comments? We'll do them.
Angel Sin Arts said, love portraits of Bob Ross, and it's amazing and it's great work. And Miss Shannon, your assistant, said, great job, Mia and Crispy.
Yes. And then we see Corpus Christi, Texas. Shout out to you. Also, big thank you to Chad Hodges of HSP Solutions for helping make this donation happen as well for Logan.
180 said, thank you for supporting education.
Thank you. No, thank you to all the educators out there. And let's see. Shout out to John Vetter, our old tour bus driver. We were on Blue Man Group. That was fun. Angel Sand Arts, appreciate the love. Yes, great job. See you guys. All right. Hey, Crispy.